What's up, everybody? This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob, and I am doing a Highwest Midwinter Nights Dram. Alright, this is actually my first Midwinter Nights Dram. It's originally from the Rendezvous Rye. I believe that's what it's called, Rendezvous Rye. And then they send it over to they send the whiskey over to a port cask for finishing. It says a French oak port cask. My first impressions of this is it is a super sweet dram. So for those of you who like really sweet whiskey, this is the one for you. It is Act 5 Scene 1, bottled at 49.3% ABV, which is also 98.6 proof. And from some of the research I've done, there's the 98.6 proof is actually done on purpose. But I won't get too far into that because that information has not yet been proven. If you look at the back of the bottle, you'll see a whole bunch of quotes from Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream, which is the play that he wrote that this is technically named after. I'm a English, I guess, well, not quite minor. I took quite a few English courses in university. I was a philosophy major, but as far as being a teacher goes in Ontario, you can achieve teachables, and English was one of mine, so I read a lot of Shakespeare in my day, and I rather enjoyed him, but he's not for everybody, that's for sure. This whiskey, on the other hand, is, in my opinion, for anybody that likes sweet whiskey or dessert-like whiskey. You definitely get rye on the nose. That's immediate. It's a straight rye. It's a blend of straight rye whiskeys, actually. And then, like I said, they're finished in a French oak port cask. So rye is definitely first and foremost. The sweetness almost reminds me of some of the Canadian whiskeys that I've had in the past. Some of the heavy rye Canadian whiskeys, like almost like a ramped up, much nicer nose than the Crown Royal Northern Harvest rye. Some baking spice in there as well. A little bit of cinnamon. I don't really pick up the port, but I do pick up the sweetness, probably from that port wine influence. Like I said, it's 49.3% ABV, but my first experience with this is that you do not need to add a drop of water. Let's find out if I still feel that way. So that was a pretty big sip. And yeah, I'm right. You don't need to add any water to this whatsoever. Look at the legs on this glass. It is a thick whiskey. Very viscous. It's excellent stuff. Honestly, I really, really like it. It's a dessert whiskey for sure. I had a bottle of the Kentucky Owl Rye recently, the 11-year-old, and this is a no age statement as far as I know. Definitely doesn't say it on the bottle. So this is a no age statement, but I'm gonna guess that this is around 10 years old to 11 years old. It's not chill filtered. Yeah, no age statement for sure. But that doesn't mean that they haven't revealed the age of this elsewhere. Highwest is producing some pretty interesting stuff. I've heard incredible things about their boot rye and a whole bunch of their different whiskeys. This stuff makes me want to try more Highwest for sure. A little bit of cedar on the nose that doesn't follow through on the palate. Actually, you do get some oak towards the back end of this, which tells me it might be a little bit older than I think, but that's also because it's double casked, right? So you're getting your straight rye, which is virgin oak, and then it's transferred to a French oak port cask. So it's getting a lot of wood exposure. Really, really nice whiskey though. A friend of mine who long time subscribed to this channel and a bunch of others gifted this to me. Amador. It's a bourbon aged in Napa Valley wine barrels. It's crazy how similar the palates are on these two. This one does have a very distinct different taste, which I'll describe more on the review of this bottle, but the wine does play a factor on both of these. Last sip and I'll give it a mark. Ton of caramel. A little bit of fruitiness in there as well. Leaning more towards like darker fruits and some chocolate as well. Fudgy notes maybe. Really, really nice stuff. I picked this up and I can't remember the guy's name. Super nice guy. Met him on the Asian Whiskey Exchange, I think it's called, something like that, on Facebook. And I picked up this as well as the Hibiki 17-year-old. And then a friend from Ohio brought them over when she went to go see her parents this holiday season. And I got them for a pretty good deal. I think I paid about 90 US for this, which from the research I've done, retail goes for around 70, 80 bucks. If you get it for lower than that, you got a steal. If you get it for around $100 American, you're doing well as well. So I think I did okay. You guys tell me if you've received it for better, but as far as I'm concerned, I can't get this here anyway, so I don't mind spending a little bit of extra money on it. It's good stuff. This is an A+ for me. It's probably a 90 if I had to give it a numerical grade. It checks all the boxes. It can't be considered a straight rye, I don't think, because it's finished in port wine barrels. But the stuff that's put into the port wine barrels was straight rye. So I don't know all the technicalities, but I'm assuming that this is not technically a straight rye. And that's why they go into detail of saying blend of straight rye whiskeys finished in French oak port barrels. I could be wrong. All right. First Utah whiskey, I think, and I'm really enjoying it. That's an A+ for me. Let me know what you guys think if you've tried it. You guys can check me out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can also join us on Snups. And that's it. Cheers, guys.